Hello, this is Ray, one of the program presenters in the Atchison Planetarium at Cranbrook Institute of Science, with a look at the pre-dawn sky for the week of April 26. 3 planets are still visible in the morning sky. Face southeast around 5 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, and you can't miss Jupiter. It looks like an extremely bright star. Of course, Jupiter is a planet, not a star. There's a big difference. Stars make their own light. Planets orbit stars and reflect light. To the left of Jupiter, and not as bright, is Saturn. Farther to the left of Saturn is the red planet Mars. Looking at Jupiter with even a small telescope, we can see Jupiter's 4 largest moons: Io, Europa, Callisto, and Ganymede. They were seen by Galileo in 1610 with his crude telescope. They orbit Jupiter very quickly and provide an ever-changing display from day to day. A moderate-sized telescope is needed to see Jupiter's great red spot. It'll be facing us the mornings of April 26 and 28. Saturn is beautiful, even through a small telescope. The ring system is easily seen and looks solid from a distance, but it's made of countless chunks of ice. In 5 years, the rings will be edge-on, at which time they'll disappear from view. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, is also easily visible through a telescope. Dark markings on Mars through a telescope can be seen. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, some astronomers believed the dark areas were bodies of water. An Italian astronomer believed the water was connected by canali. That's an Italian word for channels, but it was mistakenly translated as canals, which implied they were engineered by intelligent life. Sometimes ice caps at the north and south poles can be seen. And to the left of Mars is a faint constellation of Aquarius. A meteor shower will radiate from this area next week. Look high in the southeast, and you'll see the well-known star pattern called the Summer Triangle, marked by 3 bright stars. But how can it be the Summer Triangle when April is springtime? Well, the April morning sky is a preview of the summer evening sky. We see different stars at different times of the night because the Earth rotates, and we see different stars at different times of the year because we orbit the Sun. As we orbit, the sky shifts by about 4 minutes each day, which adds up to about 2 hours each month. The constellations we see at 5 a.m. at the end of April are in the same location 2 hours earlier each following month. That would be 3 a.m. at the end of May, 1 a.m. at the end of June, and 11 p.m. at the end of July. In July, we are well into summer, and the summer triangle will be nearly overhead after sunset, like it is now at 5 o'clock in the morning in April. The 3 bright stars that make up the triangle are Altair in Aquila the Eagle, Vega in Lyra the Harp, and Deneb in Cygnus the Swan. Altair is the lowest of the 3 stars. Go straight up from Altair and you'll come to Vega nearly overhead. To the left of Vega is Deneb. Altair is one of our closest stellar neighbors. It's only about 17 light years away. That means the light we see tonight left the star 17 years ago in 2003. Our Sun, by comparison, is only about 8 light minutes away. Deneb is around 1,500 light years distant. Tonight's light left in the early 6th century, about the time the monk Dionysius Exiguus invented the calendar based on the estimated birth year of Jesus. He made a few errors in his estimates. Deneb is about the most distant star that can be seen with the naked eye. It must be one of the most luminous stars in our part of the Milky Way galaxy for it to be so bright at such a tremendous distance. Deneb comes from an Arabic phrase that means tail of the hen. The Greeks envisioned the hen as a swan. And Vega. It passes nearly overhead because of its blue-white color. It's known as the arc light of the sky. It's the 3rd brightest star that's visible from Earth's northern hemisphere. It's also fairly close at a distance of about 25 light years. Due to the Earth's wobble on its axis, It was a North Pole star 12,000 years ago and will be again 12,000 years from now. Vega was the first star to be photographed in 1850. Almost straight down from Vega, between two fainter stars, is the location of a very famous object, but it isn't visible without a good-sized telescope. It's the Ring Nebula. The word nebula basically means fuzzy patch of light. There are different types of nebula in the sky. The Ring Nebula is of a type called a planetary nebula because it looks like a disk of a planet through a telescope. This is a result of a sun-like star that went through old age around 6,000 to 8,000 years ago. The star collapsed into a white dwarf, leaving its outer atmosphere drifting off into space. This is a preview of how our own sun will end its life. But don't worry, it won't happen for another 5 billion years. We hope. The Ring Nebula is about 2,000 light-years away. The sun continues to rise earlier each morning. Sunrise on the 26th is at 6:33 Eastern Daylight Time. By the end of the week, on May 2nd, sunrise is at 6:25. Thank you for visiting and keep looking up.